comfy. I need to get comfy. Ow. Testing. No more ASMR.
Wake the fuck up.
Wake up. Get out.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to
Too
Ugly
for only. Oh. Whoa. Jumped out there, didn't it?
Yeah.
That inner little demon.
Yeah. Jumped out a little bit. Sorry.
If you couldn't tell, this is our
Spooky
Halloween.
Halloweeny episode.
Spooky Halloweeny episode.
Yeah. So we were trying to play around with the lighting, but we are kind of on a time crunch. So this is the best spookiness that you're gonna
This is the
get.
most spooky it's gonna get. It's still kind of bright, so
Also,
don't get too spooked.
If you can't see, this right here is a tea light. It's a candle, but unfortunately,
Lots of candles if
But
you're watching our videos. However,
we
luckily
cannot
you
light
can have
them
candlesticks. However,
because we had this
cannot.
whole idea that would look so cool, but
It was gonna be so cool.
it was gonna be so cool. My aunt had to ruin it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
R.I.P.
She giveth, but she also taketh away. Okay, but today,
Okay.
what do we have planned, Justin?
Today we're gonna follow along on our little spooky journey, and we're gonna read some scary Reddit stories.
Yeah, we are.
We've had this one in the knocker for a while. Not the knocker. What
in
is
the
this?
noggin.
Noggin. In the noggin for quite some time.
So we have our hoodies up.
Hoodies up.
Our phones are gonna be out,
Ooh.
and we're gonna be reading a spooky and scary.
Technology.
Huh?
Terrifying.
Gonna turn my phone on light mode. Look at this. This is weird.
It's still dark.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, my background is, but my notifications are not.
I guess I'll start. So,
Yeah, start.
Reddit. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, we're not doing ASMR. Anyways. Oh, okay, I was telling Nina about my stories. There is, which one should I do? The one about the baby or the one about a wife? You pick.
Oh, very different.
Yeah, I know.
I'll do baby.
Okay. This one is from the Reddit No Sleep, the thread. I don't really know how Reddit works. Nina's more the Reddit person. So this one's from the thread No Sleep from the user Long Nosed Hair. And it's titled, it was posted 10 hours ago. So very recent. But it's titled Something is Wrong with My Baby. Ooh, you were supposed to make like a spooky reaction.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm not sure if I remember bringing Lily home anymore. That first day was like a dream, a beautiful blurry haze of exhaustion and love. I cradled her in my arms as Ben opened the front door, and we stepped into a life we had only imagined for so long. The house, which had always seemed a little too big, felt perfect now. Like every corner had been waiting for her. We placed her in the crib we'd painted together, pale blue with light white clouds floating across the room, and just stared. I'm not very good reading aloud. And just stared. Our daughter, our family.
Our little family. I feel like that moment a lot of the time is like surreal for a lot of
It
families.
probably is. A lot of people
I think I'd cry.
can't have
at that
babies.
Moment.
So, rainbow babies. But something wasn't right even then.
Ooh. Okay, now we're getting into it.
I didn't notice it at first, too lost in the chaos of diapers and sleepless nights, but looking back, the signs were there. Subtle, creeping in like shadows you don't see until they're right next to you. Sometimes the nursery felt ... off.
Oh my God, you mama mia.
I needed Okay, spooky. The crib wouldn't be quite where I left it. The rocking chair would seem to have shifted a few inches from where it was the night before. I blamed it on exhaustion, on the constant fog of new parenthood. Then Ben gets the call. I also did not read these before. I just kind of like skimmed them. So this is all a surprise for everyone, I guess. It's late afternoon. The sky outside is soft gray, and Lily is asleep in my arms. Ben's in the kitchen, talking to the hospital. His voice casual at first. Then it changes. Lowers. I hear him say, "That can't be right." My heart stutters, and I hold Lily closer, her little body warm and solid against me. When he walks into the living room, he looks like he's seen a ghost. They're saying there's no record of Lily's birth, he says.
What?
His voice shaky. No birth certificate, no medical files, nothing.
Who is this baby?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Down. What are you?
Oh my god. It's Renesmee from Twilight.
Oh, the CGI budget just finally cut off.
Ew, that's the baby that I'm imagining.
We spent the next few days trying to make sense of it. I call the hospital again and again, but the answer is always the same. There's no file for Emily Carter, no record of a birth. Are you sure you were at our facility? They ask as if it's a mistake I'm making, as if I could forget giving birth. And then the paperwork disappears. The discharge forms, the birth certificate application we had on the kitchen counter, all gone. Ben and I tear through the house, searching every drawer, every folder, but it's like they were never there. The pieces of our reality, our life with Lily, are slipping away. The nights are the worst. That's when the whispers start.
Oh, I don't like that.
Freaky! Soft at first, like a breeze rustling through the walls, but then louder, more insistent. I think I hear voices coming from the baby monitor. But when I check, there's only static.
Oh my god.
Lily cries out in the middle of the night. But when I rush to her crib, she's silent. Her big eyes staring up at me as if I woke her up instead of the other way around. And then there are the strangers.
What? Okay. This just took a turn.
The first one appears at the edge of our driveway one morning. A tall man in a black
No.
coat. Just standing there, staring.
That's disgusting.
I watch him from the window, my heart pounding, but he doesn't move, doesn't approach, just stands there watching our house.
I'd burn the entire property down.
I would have to move.
I'd
there's
move
no
immediately.
I would move after the whispers.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
No, for real.
Pack it up.
I'd move not with anybody. I'd change my name, anything.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll go into the
Witness protection program.
princess protection program.
Okay.
When most dads go on vacation, they bring their daughters home a t-shirt, not another person. Anyways, great film. I try to tell myself it's nothing, just a passerby. But then, the next day, there's another. This time, a woman. Same place, same vacant stare. It doesn't stop. Every day, a new face at the edge of our property, watching,
Ew.
waiting. And then,
For what?
one of them knocks.
Are you... Oh, my God.
It's a man this time, tall and thin. His skin almost gray in the early morning light.
Oh my god, you know what I'd be terrified of?
What?
If you have like those doors where like it's still like a window, but it's like it has like a glass like figurine, so like they can't really see like
Oh my
inside
god,
or
that's
outside.
my house. That's my door.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, so you can
to me.
like kind of see their
So-
figure, but not the details.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate
And
it.
like if like they catch you on like a very clear section of the glass, like you can see an
Oh,
eye.
I hate that. I
Oh
hate
my
that.
god, that is the worst.
I just read ahead a little. Oh my god,
Okay.
I'm scared. Okay, and then one of them knocks. It's a man this time, tall and thin, his skin almost gray in the early morning light. I open the door, my pulse racing. He doesn't smile, he doesn't introduce himself, and his voice is low, mechanical. I'm gonna get into character.
Okay, yeah.
Where is the child?
Oh my
He
god.
asks. I blink, tightening my hold on the door handle. Excuse me?
This child has to be dangerous.
The child, he repeats, his voice cold. She doesn't belong to you.
Oh no.
I slam the door. Heart pounding, locking every deadbolt as if that will keep him out. But he's not the last. More come, each one stranger than the last. Their words more cryptic, their eyes more hollow. They all ask the same thing. Where is the child? Ben wants to call the police, but what could we possibly tell them? That people are standing outside, demanding a baby they insist isn't ours? We're afraid they'd think we're losing it, but maybe we are. Because the worst part, the part I'm too terrified to admit out loud, is that I'm starting to wonder if they're right. Some nights when I look at Lily, I feel this strange disconnect, like I'm looking at someone else's child.
Oh my god.
Her birthmark, the one on her leg, fades and reappears like a trick of the light.
Ew.
And sometimes, just for a moment, I forget her face.
What the hell?
That's
What?
crazy. Is this like some ghost
That's
apparition,
insane.
baby? Apparition?
Uh.
Ooh, Uber email. The details blur, and I can't remember the exact curve of her nose or the shade of her eyes. I'll blink, and it all comes rushing back. But the fear lingers.
Do you have to let it linger?
Okay, spooky. But the fear lingers, gnawing at the edges of my sanity. Tonight, I wake up to silence. The house is still, too still. And I realize with a jolt that I haven't heard Lily cry in hours. I rush to her crib, my heart in my throat. But when I reach it, the crib is empty. My breath catches. Panic swells in my chest, and I call for Ben. He's already up, searching the house, but there's no sign of her. She's gone. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm just imagining. Imagine baby Lily in the kitchen serving it up.
Oh my God.
She's
please.
chefing it up in there.
She's chefing.
Lily, can I get an omelet? 2 eggs, no cheese.
No cheese.
Is it still an omelet if there's no cheese?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it just might be egg.
What if you're
And-
lactose intolerant?
Then you add something else like onions or something. And mushrooms.
Anyways, she's gone.
Anyway, Lily out the door.
Lily, she gone. I'm gonna break the window. Modern Family. Just as I'm about to break down, the doorbell rings. I freeze, my heart thudding in my ears. Ben moves to the door, opening it slowly. A figure stands in the doorway, cloaked in shadows, cradling something in their arms. She was never meant to be yours, the figure says, their voice echoing in the stillness. I reach out, desperate to take Lily back, but the figure steps away, disappearing into the light. I have no clue what happened to my baby, or if she ever even existed at all. My memories of her are starting to fade. I can barely remember the sound of her cooing or the colors of her eyes. I need help. I need someone to help me figure out what's going on.
Oh my God. That's scary. What did the comments say?
Someone said the strangest thing, the thing that made me freeze up and made my heart feel like it had stopped entirely, flipping through my photos from the months leading up to Lily's birth in an attempt to keep the memories alive. No full belly, no baby bump, no pregnancy pictures at all. Not a single one.
What the hell?
Wait, but I'm confused because that's someone else's post.
Weird. Maybe it's a burner account. You know about the Reddit burner accounts. That was crazy. What would you rate that story?
I think on like what kind of scale are we rating
On a
it
scale
on?
of, okay, let's do spookiness and also writing.
Okay, writing? I think the writing was impeccable.
Really
actually.
good.
Like, props to you, girl. I
Yeah.
forgot your name. But
That writing was really, really good.
Very good.
Oh, I enjoy such a good scary story.
I felt like I was reading an
Spooky?
actual book.
Yeah. Spookiness level, I would say like 8 out of 10.
Really? I would give it
Spooky.
like a 6.5. Like, I'm not like, oh my God.
I don't know. I
But-
don't know about, like, that used to be my worst fear. Like, somebody just, like,
Coming for your baby?
no, just, like, looking. Like, I used to look out my window and, like, check my backyard
yeah,
all the
is,
time.
That is creepy.
Because I don't want somebody looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that is my worst fear. Like, just, like,
Skinwalkers.
I hate skinwalkers. They make my ass itch. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, spooky. Like, I didn't.
Spooky F.
Like, I know I should find it spooky, but it was kind of just like, I think TV and film normalized it so much that the baby disappearing didn't really like phase me. The people standing outside, creepy. And the whispers, creepy.
Yeah, that's really, really scary. The whispers was, oh my God, that was awful.
And the fact that she would hear her crying and then go in and nothing, absolutely not. Throw it away.
Yeah.
Restart.
No, for real. It's like that baby. Where's the child? Here. Take her.
it. Have
Take her.
fun.
Take her.
Okay, what's your story,
Okay,
Nina?
let's see.
Pick a good one for the first one.
Okay. Speaking of skinwalkers, should I pick the skinwalker one?
Yeah, do it. Some background. Me and Nina, we talk about skinwalkers all the time.
Yes, we do.
If you don't know what a skinwalker is, it's basically like this figure that can take the form
Of anything.
or
Any animal.
anyone. And it's kind of scary.
Okay, guys, my turn. All right. So this is from the thread Our Creepypasta.
We're also going to link all of the stories, the threads down below in case you just want to read for yourself.
Yeah. And this is by Noah the Surgical Boy. I am a hunter, and I think I shot a skinwalker. First of all, greetings and thank you for listening to what I have to tell. This is honestly not much that would make me feel the need to share it with the world, but this encounter shook me to my very core. And
Damn,
seeing
Noah.
that somebody actually listened to my story means a lot to me. It means that I'm not the only one knowing of what I witnessed. But anyway, I don't want to ramble too much before actually recounting what happened. Let's just start with what you need to know first. I'm a hunter. I've been hunting for about 9 years now and like to go on hunting trips at least once a year, either with my buddies or alone. Dad's been on a hunting trip and he hasn't been home in a few days. My Supernatural fans, y'all know what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd I go? Okay. This year, I decided to go alone. Big mistake.
Mistake number one.
Huge. Mistake number one, going hunting. Mistake number two, going alone. Like, that's stupid. Why would you ever do that? I'm sorry.
Doing anything alone already is like weird. Hunting, it's not a solo activity.
No, that's definitely not. Because God forbid something could happen to you. Like, not even like something.
You try to shoot a horse, comes running at you.
Yeah, exactly. The bullet ricochets off a tree.
Absolutely
into
not.
your heart. No one would hear you. No one would see you again. You got missing into the woods. There's dozen conspiracy theory videos about you, but you just shot yourself.
And the skinwalker takes your form and lives your life for you.
Oh my God, that's crazy. All right. This year I've decided to go alone because I feel like I needed some time away from the world. Life hasn't been the best for me lately. And I figured a trip to my favorite hunting spot for a few days would do me and my mental health good. Oh, well, he cares about his mental health. That's
Per
good.
Noah.
Yeah, mental health awareness. So there I was, driving in my Chevrolet Silverado.
Ooh, Noah. Okay, Silverado. Desperado.
Don't know what car that is, I'll be honest. With all my equipment stashed in the back, on my way to my little piece of nowhere. I arrived at the small cabin, and everything was as I left it the last time I was here. The fresh forest air rushed into my city air-stained lungs in a deep breath as I stepped out of my car. Oh, I love that feeling, I gotta be honest.
The writing already? Noah is an author.
Yeah, that was great. I knew the long drive was absolutely worth it. As soon as I took that first deep breath, feeling the sticks and stones on the soft earthly ground under my boots, hearing the forest's most beautiful concoction of sounds, and smelling the pine-scented air, freedom in its most beautiful form. I did not start unpacking my hunting equipment until the next day. The next day came, and I made myself ready for the trip to my favorite hunting spot. I took my gear and made my way into the forest. It was a slow day, but I didn't mind that. I liked the peace in just being there in the forest. I love that feeling, I have to be honest.
Nature.
Living in the middle of nowhere is
calls.
great sometimes. Sometime into my thoughts about life and the world, I spotted movement in the distance. Oh,
Absolutely
God.
not. I'm okay.
A big, dark shape rustling the leaves as it walked through the underbush. As it stopped on a small hill and lifted its head, I saw that it was a brown bear. Side note, if I want to be reincarnated into anything in my next life, it would be an American brown bear. I love bears.
Why? We don't know. She's just like that.
Yeah. At first, I thought I got the jackpot. Bringing home a nice big bear would make for some good bragging material to my friends, I thought. But then I noticed something. Looking at it more closely, it looked kind of weird, but I couldn't figure out what exactly made it seem that way. I squinted my eyes, trying to see it better. Of all things I could forget to take with me, I had to leave my binoculars.
Oh, God. Not the binocs.
Bro, that's the worst.
I
I feel like
hate
that's the main
when I
thing
do
you
that.
need. Other than a gun, that's the main thing you need for hunting.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's more for like bird watching.
If you... A bullet can get somewhere quicker than you can. You know, if you had glasses, if you had binoculars, you could shoot a deer that's...
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a hunter, so I don't.
All right, whatever.
I don't participate.
Let's continue.
Yes, go ahead.
Maybe it was sick. But by now, I had already reconsidered taking the bear's meat home because of this. I strained my eyes to see why the bear looked so odd to me. Its movement was off. It didn't move like a regular bear would, more like as if it was still getting used to how a bear should walk.
Ew.
The more I stared at it, the more I saw what was wrong with it. I realized that its bones seemed too big for the animal's body.
Ew.
The fur looked like it stretched a little too much to be natural. This sounds really nuts, I know. Believe me, if somebody told me what I'm telling you, I would give them the number to a rehab clinic and go on about my day.
At least he's honest.
Exactly. It looked weird, but not weird enough that I should be this unsettled. Yet I couldn't stop a shiver going down my spine. Yet I couldn't stop a shiver going down my spine. Only then I made the realization that the forest around me was dead silent. Oh, that's the worst, when you can't even hear like a single like cricket, a bird, like nothing. That I heard is like the main thing that you should watch out for. Like if a skinwalker is near you, like everything goes silent.
What time of day is it in this story again? Is
I
it
have
the
no
morning?
idea. It says the next day.
So I'm gonna assume it's like afternoon, so it's still light
Yeah,
out.
right?
That's crazy.
I imagine.
If it's quiet.
And it's completely quiet, which is I think
I don't
night
like
is
that.
worse though, because you can't see nothing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Something was very wrong with this thing. I lifted my gun towards the animal. Even if I didn't savor the meat, I would at least free the forest from it. The shot made the flocks of birds fly out in all direction. I saw the bear's head snap to the side and immediately crumpled down and rolled down the hill away from where I stood. I allowed myself to do a small sigh of relief before I walked towards the bear. As I crested the hill, I saw the bear lying at the foot of the small hill on its side, not moving. Snout and feet facing towards me, somehow being closer to it. Even though I had shot it, I felt worse and more anxious with every step I took toward it. And then I saw it,
Ew.
and my breath caught in my throat.
Oh God.
Its belly was slit like it had been gutted. I saw that my gunshot had taken off a chunk off the top of the bear's head.
Ew.
And what I presumed to be the gore from the brains.
Ew.
The eyes that from a distance seemed to be just regular black eyes of a bear turned out to be no eyes at all. Instead, there were just two hollowed out cavities. Ooh,
Imagine someone
like
looking you in your
face.
eyes. Your eyes are as dark as a hollowed out
Cavity? Oh God, I'd be like, thank you.
I'm like, okay.
I'd be like, bye, I'm on a date with an Edgar Allan Poe. And what I saw behind the spot where the eyes used to be will be burnt into my memory until the day I die. Two gaunt and bloody eyes staring back at me. Ooh. Ooh. That's disgusting. That is literally
I'm
the
picturing
grossest
it
thing.
in my head.
You ever seen those photos of like dogs with human eyes?
Yeah, hate it.
Disgusting. Those are skinwalkers.
Sometimes
baby.
I walk past a dog and I'm like, that thing is a human.
Yeah, for real. No, exactly. I instantly jumped back in horror. Under the blood and gore, it had pale white skin.
Gross.
I saw its veiny eyes follow my
Ew.
movement as it tumbled backwards into the ground in shock. In that moment, it shot up and ran with unbelievable speed away into the thicket of the forest,
shit.
leaving behind only a small puddle of blood. Mind you, shot in the head.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah. That's scary that it just, I guess it heals that quickly and then just gets up and runs with an unbelievable speed. That's crazy.
With a brain injury? That's crazy.
Safe to say, I ended my trip early this year.
Thank God.
This forest.
Good job, Noah.
This forest is now my least favorite hunting spot, and I have yet to find an excuse from my buddies as to why I don't want to go hunting there anymore. Since this encounter with that thing, I've done some research into this and found out there's this thing called skinwalker. And its description fits perfectly to what I saw. So this concludes my experience. I am a hunter, and I think I shot a skinwalker.
That was a good ending.
That's a really
That was a
good
good
one, huh?
ending, Noah.
Oh God, that one was really good.
That was
Oh, I
good.
knew.
The
'cause,
writing was great.
Yeah, my favorite stories are skinwalker stories and like Navajo tales.
Yeah.
I listen to scary stories a lot. Like when I have like long road trips and stuff, don't really listen to music. I listen to like scary stories.
Yeah,
They're my favorite.
I'm not a scary
Yeah, you're more like
media
love.
person. I like love and funnies and silly ha-has. Not
Yeah.
ah!
Listen, I love love. I love rom-coms. I think they're so amazing, but I just want to be scared out of my wits sometimes.
Yeah, I don't.
I just want to be scared out of my wits.
Ever since I was a kid, I hated scary things. Like
When I was
watch,
younger, I hated scary things.
I wouldn't watch scary movies. Oh, I almost fell. I wouldn't watch scary movies.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything that would scare me. I barely went outside at night. Which still I don't go out at
Yeah,
night.
no, same.
We're
Please.
going out tonight. Halloween weekend. Oh, let's take a little intermission. Nina, tell them what our costume is.
Well, listen, I look great. Okay,
Congrats.
we are going to be the characters, the emotions of Inside Out. We're doing
The original
sadness,
ones.
anger, disgust, and joy. Oh,
Forgotten bitch. The forgotten bitch.
So Justin, he's gonna be Joy,
Mm.
which he looks great in his costume, by the way.
Mm-mm.
And I'm going to be Disgust, but I put like a Charlie XCX kind of spin on it
I'll throw up a group photo on
when we do it.
for the video, and it'll be on our socials.
Yeah.
So if you want to check it out, you can see
Yeah.
how we ended up looking, because still it's kind of a mystery to all of us how we're all
exactly.
gonna look
It's
together.
gonna once we're all together, I think it's gonna be a fun time. I think Sadness is gonna break it down.
Yeah. I think
Justin has his beautiful costume. He has an orb.
I do have an orb.
He has
I'm
an
bringing.
orb.
I'm bringing. I think I have it with me. Hold on.
And then I'm Disgust, and I cannot wait. Ooh, his orb! Look at it.
I have to unwrap it. I'm just gonna unwrap it now, so you can get the full effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't know if I want to use this, but I'm just gonna use it because I already spent the $3 on it. It is a lacrosse ball from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay. So I wanted to ask. Oh.
It's just a little bouncy ball. Oh my god, it has a sticker on it. Are you kidding me? Take that off.
Wow. I've never felt a lacrosse ball.
Oh, I had, because at work there was a lacrosse ball in the desk, and I thought it was just a stress ball, so I was just like tossing around, and then someone said, "Oh, is that a lacrosse ball?" And I said,
Was this
"Yeah."
person white?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Black.
Oh.
I don't know why I whispered that. But yes, this is a lacrosse ball that I'm gonna carry around, and it's my joy memory. You can't touch it. You're gonna turn it green.
Ugh.
Ooh, that was good.
Thank you.
But yeah, anyways, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Well, intermission over. Back to the play. Back to the regularly scheduled program.
Let's rate it.
What did you think of this? I want you to rate it.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was well written. Not as scary.
Scary, right?
But still creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give it on a spooky scale. Again, I'll give it like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
But like written, 10 out of 10. These Reddit writers,
Yeah.
killing it.
Exactly. Oh God, I really liked that. I love Skinwalker stories. I'm gonna give it the same, like a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, so good. Okay.
Hey guys, it's Justin editing this podcast right now. And just for a little context, so it's not as abrupt, but we recorded reading a whole nother story, but it was so long and not good that we decided to skip it. So yeah.
Anyways, I decided I don't like that story.
Did you skip forward to the end?
No, I kept scrolling and it just kept going, so never mind.
Oh, okay.
So I found a different, shorter one. So we're
Okay.
going to tell the story of My Wife Has a Removable Face.
Ew.
I've never glimpsed what lies beneath it, but my best friend has. By user NS Lewis.
Ooh.
Same thread, R no sleep. Here we go. This one's much shorter, like my first one. Samantha told me about it on our third date. We were watching a movie on her couch when I made my move to kiss her. She whipped her hand in front of my face and blocked me.
Whoppa.
There's something you need to know, she said. I braced myself. Here it comes. I'm not ready for a relationship. Nothing to do with you, of course. It was the absolute last thing that I wanted to hear because I was already crazy about her. Okay, I said. I have a removable face.
Oh, okay.
That's a new one.
Like, is it like a,
I-
and then she puts it like on a mannequin or something?
I'm assuming. Well, I don't know though. But I don't know. Mannequin's crazy.
Yeah. Does she
we
have to
shall
like
see.
sew it on and like cut off the
The remainder.
thread
I don't know.
every morning?
That's a new one. You have a what now? I was about to laugh, but she was wearing a deadly serious expression. I have a removable face. Is that like a metaphor or something? No. My face is literally removable. Look closely. She lifted her chin and traced her jawline with a finger. You can see the seam. After admiring how beautiful her neck was for a dizzying second, I leaned in for an inspection. It was very hard to see, but it did look like there was a slightly unnatural transition from where her face
Meets her neck?
meets her throat.
Oh my gosh.
I grew dizzier as a dozen questions rushed into my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bother asking why or how or anything like that, said Samantha. I can't tell you that. If that's going to be a problem, you should leave now.
I think this bitch is lying. She's just really into special effects makeup.
She's
She's just really into special
crazy.
effects makeup. She has like a nose that goes out the ear.
She has gallons of fake
Yeah,
blood in her
for
closet.
real. You spat all over your phone. Clear
That's
that
okay.
off.
I'm letting you know this because I like you and I want to take the next step, but this is non-negotiable. What would you say if your partner of a couple weeks or whatever, I have a removable face. If you're not going to deal with that,
Okay.
deal breaker.
I would ask, number one, can you choose what face you
like
have?
different expressions.
Yeah, and then number two, I'd be like, do you have a Pedro Pascal face?
Oh, yo.
And then I'd be like, put it on.
grab it now.
Like, do you have to like kill the person before you like?
I don't
Or
know.
is it like a superpower that you have?
We don't even know if this is her face or someone else's face.
And like, if you change your face, like, does your body change as well?
it could. Who knows?
You know.
I don't think so. If it's just stitched on, it should be fine. But I don't know. We're gonna find out. There's something else. Once a day, usually in the evening.
In the way.
Anyways, there's something else. Once a day, usually in the evening, I have to remove the face and disinfect the inside of it. If I don't, it will rot. This takes about an hour, give or take.
Wait, okay. Is she talking about a prosthetic though? Like,
I don't
let's say
think
like she was like a
so.
fire victim.
I don't think so.
Because some people have like removable like eyeball sockets. They go.
Okay, but if it will rot, I don't think it's a prosthetic.
Okay. But what about the skin beneath it? Oh,
There is
never
no
mind
skin
then.
beneath it.
Never. Oh, so it's just the face.
It's
like
just
she just
her
have one
face.
face.
Takes it off. Gotta clean the inside.
Oh.
This takes about an hour, give or take, depending on how my day went.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes if I got stuck in traffic, it'll take 2.
She's like, do my self-care routine with me. On TikTok, she takes off her face. She goes, ooh, and then she puts it in like a jar. And she
CeraVe
goes,
moisturizer.
she goes, now I put a star pimple patch.
Oh my god. Do you think it gets acne if it's removable?
I don't know.
I hope not.
But it can
That would
get
be really
infected,
fucking
so I
annoying.
don't know.
Ugh, disgusting. This takes. During this time, you must never, ever look at my real face. Never. Do you understand?
So she's Medusa.
Possibly.
You turn into stone if you look at her in the face.
Yes, got it. Don't ask about it. Don't look at your real face. Samantha stood up. Now I'm going to go into the bathroom and clean my face.
Oh my God.
That will give you plenty of time to think about what I've told you. If you're here when I'm done, that's great. I would like that. But if you're gone, I'll understand.
I really want to know what she uses and why is it CeraVe?
For real. I gave the thing some serious thought. It was possible that it was some joke or something. It was possible that it was a delusion. Was it possible that it was true? Well, it was certainly possible to transform an actor's face with movie makeup. So I suppose it was possible that Samantha wore a removable face, quote unquote, every day.
So ever wonder, like, okay, but I wonder if it's like really satisfying, because if it's like a
it's like a
peel off
peeling,
mask,
yeah.
then I would be like, oh, it'd be
See,
like my
but
favorite part
she
of the
said
day.
her real face, so I'm wondering if it's like a demon face or if it's just like bloody, like
Oh,
trigger
yeah,
warning.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe she had had a horrible accident where her flesh had been mangled. Maybe her face had been melted by acid or burned by fire, or the fire shorn off by heavy machinery. If it had, I would never know because she would never tell me and I would never see it. I pictured a face of raw, naked muscle rotting away. Could I kiss her? If that was what I was kissing? But wasn't that what we all were under the skin? Just muscle and bone and blood and squishy organs. Yo, he said
Preach.
peace for you all.
Bro, peach.
Peach, Georgia peach.
Okay, skin doesn't matter. We're all the same on the inside. The lesson was everybody's different.
Yeah. When she came out of the bathroom, I was still there. I looked at her face. She smiled, and I was in love. Time jump. We dated. We moved in together. We decided to get married.
Wait, a time jump marked by an asterisk.
Marked by an asterisk.
Such a
For the most part, it was a completely normal relationship, typical of two young people in love building a life together. During the day, it was easy to forget about the face altogether. So he'd be thinking about it every day. It looked natural enough, and only in certain positions, in certain lights, were there ever any indications that it wasn't natural. But every night was the same. Samantha would close herself in the bathroom, sometimes for an hour, sometimes for 2, and clean the inside of her face. The curiosity never left me. I would sit there and wonder what was under that face. I came so close to barging in on her a few times, but I never did. I did occasionally ask her about it, about what, if anything, had happened, about how it was possible to make the removable face look so real, about what it really looked like underneath. I tried to hoax her into showing me,
I think.
assuring her that I loved her no matter what and didn't give a damn what her real face looked like. I was just curious, that's all. She never showed me or told me the story behind it. She didn't get upset at me unless I was really badgering her. She'd just shrug and say, "You know you can't see it. You know I can't tell you about it." Another time jump.
Oh my god. You know what this kind of reminds me of? You ever read the story, like Scary
The
Stories?
Age of Adeline.
I'm gonna continue. No. Have you ever read the story of the girl in the green ribbon?
No.
You've never read it? It's
No.
this girl. She has a green ribbon around her neck.
Oh, yes, and it's attaching her head to her neck or
body,
whatever,
because
yeah.
her husband keeps asking. He's like, so, like, what? Like, occasionally, like on their wedding day, like, so we're getting married. Like, what's the deal with the ribbon? So we're having a kid.
Naturally.
Like, what's the deal with the ribbon? She's like, you'll find out one day. You'll find out. And then she's like really sick on her deathbed, and she takes off the ribbon, and her fucking head falls off.
Okay,
That's
but
crazy.
like, she's still alive? Like, when her
No.
head is off?
No.
Well, damn, good for her. What a way to go, honestly.
That ribbon honestly must have been nasty.
Yeah, it would have
Must have been
smelly.
because she don't clean it like she cleans
like
her
Miss
face.
Samantha over here.
Yeah,
with her
exactly.
face.
You know, she's doing self-care.
Little skincare. Now what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another time jump. I never told anyone about Samantha's removable face. It's not that she asked me not to. I just didn't think it was anyone's business. Except once I did tell somebody. It was during my bachelor's party. We had rented several cabins in Big Sur and spent the night drinking and packing our noses with powders that we shouldn't have been packing our noses with. Yo, they doing hard drugs.
Coke mentioned?
They're doing the devil. What is it called? In Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh my God! White girl interrupted.
White girl interrupted.
Do you wanna build a snowman? Something like that.
Wild. Kevin
It's
Feige.
so good.
He knows them all. Everyone else had passed out, and the sun was creeping up behind us as I stood on the majestic cliffs with my friend Chris, looking down on the Pacific waves crashing against the rocks. Chris was my best friend, as close to a brother as I'd known. We'd grown up together and visited each other at college often and spent the summers together. After college, we'd moved to different cities, but we stayed in close contact. Standing there on the cliffs, I told Chris about Samantha's removable face. At first, he thought I was joking. Then he had 1,000 questions, most of which I couldn't answer. What's underneath? I don't know, man. I don't know. Doesn't that drive you crazy not knowing? I shrugged. Lots of stuff I don't know.
It'd drive me crazy.
It would drive me crazy
I'd be like,
as well.
I just need to see it once and then I'll never ask again.
Yeah. Never again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I won't even take a picture. Like, I won't even take a mental picture. Just knowing that I know.
Well, I will take a mental picture, but that's involuntary.
Yeah, that's true. I sighed. Yeah, it drives me crazy. I've asked her a million times, but she told me I could never look. Gotta respect that, man. Even if I don't like it, that's love. Yo, that's
Yeah.
love, darling.
He's a great guy.
He's a very good guy.
Seems like a great guy. But it's only human to wonder.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I would be so curious. I fear I would barge into the bathroom.
I'd be like, oh, sorry, excuse me. It'd be like you trying to see me naked in Florida.
heck yeah.
Oh.
In her skimpy little bathing suits. I said, Nina, drop it. I'm a gay man.
I did.
I'm a gay man.
Yep, keep telling yourself that. Mm.
Chris laughed. You're telling me to respect a woman? Up is down now. Then we fall back into talking about old times as a new day dawned. Time jump. Chris was in town for business last week and planned on spending the weekend at our house. Oh, here we go. The conversation at Big Sur had happened 4 years ago. And what a time jump.
Whoa.
And we hadn't
So
spoken.
they'd already been married 4 years since
I
it was
guess
his
so.
bachelor party?
I guess so.
Damn.
The conversation at Big Sur had happened 4 years ago, and we hadn't spoken about Samantha's removable face since, despite keeping in close contact and seeing each other as often as two people transforming into adults in different parts of the country can. It happened on Saturday evening. We were lounging lazily in the backyard, deep into the beer, having just finished with some grilled steaks. Damn, that is the straightest sentence I've ever heard.
this oh my god, this is definitely written by somebody who doesn't know what a straight man
For
does,
sure.
No, they were like, did cocaine at my bachelor party.
We
like,
were drinking and doing cocaine.
this is somebody person who's only like exposure to what a straight white man is. It's the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yo,
That's it.
I want to watch it.
I heard it was good.
God damn it, I groaned. I have to make a work call. Seriously, said Samantha, raising an artificial eyebrow. On a Saturday night? My biggest client, baby. Sorry. Ew.
Ew.
It is what it is, I guess, said my wife. I'm going to head inside and get cleaned up, Chris. No. I'm going to head inside and get cleaned up. Chris, are you okay just hanging out for a bit? Chris smiled. I'll be fine. Got my beers. Got some weeds to pull in your garden. God knows
Okay.
your lazy ass husband isn't going to do it. Those tomatoes are choking to death. It's a tragedy. Where the fuck?
Oh,
are
what?
these
Okay, what
people?
are we talking about now?
I rolled my eyes and went into the side yard to make my call. 15 minutes into it, I heard the screams coming from the inside. Both my best friend and my wife were wailing in terror. I dropped the phone and ran into the house and down the hall to our bedroom. Through the open door, I could see that the door to the master bathroom was also standing open. Don't come in, screamed Samantha. I don't have my face on. Call an ambulance. He looked. Oh, God.
Dude,
He looked.
I bet you it's just like she just puts on a lot of makeup every day. Like,
She sounded desperate and truly horrified. That made me desperate and horrified, and I wanted to rush into the bathroom, but I knew suddenly that would be a mistake. I knew suddenly that Samantha didn't want me to look at her real face, not out of a sense of vanity, but for my own safety.
this has to be the straight version of like a story about a drag queen. Like, you know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
sure.
Like, don't come in. I'm not beat yet. You know? You don't want to get clown lung.
Call a fucking ambulance, my wife screamed. Don't come in here. He fucking looked. I turned and ran back to the side yard where my phone was lying in the newly mowed grass. This is giving WAP out. I'm so sorry. My client was still on the line, alarmed, asking what was happening, what all the screaming was. I hung up on him and called 911. When the paramedics arrived, Chris was having a seizure in the hallway.
Oh my god.
Samantha was stroking his head, sobbing. Her face was on, but it had been done hastily and everything looked a little off.
Oh god. So she has to like mold it every time? Like it's like wax
I guess so.
or something? That's crazy.
My
She can't get too close to fireplaces, huh?
Oof, imagine the glue's gonna start melting off.
She's cooking. She's like, just a minute, honey. It'll be ready. She turns around. Her face is like, like sliding off.
Time jump. My world has been dark this past week. My best friend.
My best friend.
My best friend is in a psychiatric hospital under suicide watch.
Oh my
He's
God.
completely blind and mostly catatonic, except when he slips into a violent babbling mania. The doctors are optimistic that his state is temporary, but they don't know the truth about what caused it, because I told the paramedics that Chris had taken a large dose of psychedelic mushrooms and fallen into psychosis.
Oh my God.
I saw no good reason to tell the truth about what had happened. Who would have believed that one look at my wife's real face would make someone insane?
He's having a seizure. Oh my God. He took too much K.
Story's fucking funny, bro.
It's crazy.
At best, we would be the subjects of a long investigation. At worst, we would have to prove that what we were saying was true by showing somebody Samantha's face. Then the same thing would happen again, and what after that? I had no idea and no interest in finding out. For Samantha's part, I knew that she would never consent to show anybody her real face, no matter what the consequences of refusals were. I did get a follow-up call from the police asking me to confirm my story. The hospital found no traces of psilocybin of drugs in Chris's body.
Just the mushroom, like no traces of the shrooms.
Of the shrooms, yeah.
Of the shrooms.
Though that's not unheard of since it was a short half-life. It has a short half-life. If they end up testing his hair, I will likely be in a lot of trouble. Oh, okay, I read it wrong. The hospital found no traces of the psychedelic in Chris's blood. Though that's not unheard of since it has a short half-life. If they end up testing his hair, I will likely be in a lot of trouble.
That's crazy. Your
That
hair.
is
So
crazy.
wait, like
So
if you do drugs, like your hair is gonna be like the lot.
follicles of it, like
Oh my God.
as it, like you know how like when you sweat, your pores.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it'll come out in your
That's
sweat. I
crazy.
guess weird.
I wouldn't know. I never did drugs.
Me neither. Children of God,
Mhm.
not of this devil holiday.
Oh God.
But that's truly the least of my concerns. Samantha is in a state of her own. She still cleans the inside of her face, though not as regularly, and when she puts it back on, it's always crooked now. It is beginning to smell a little bit. I've tried to assure her that it wasn't her fault. He knew, I said. I told him that nobody was ever allowed to look at it. He knew, and then he broke into the bathroom. This is not on you, baby. Please talk to me. Not on me? That one look at my fucking face makes people insane? Please, I just need some alone time.
I would kill myself. If
you were the girl?
If I was Samantha, I'd jump off a building.
Honestly, me too.
I'd be like, I'm too ugly for this.
That's crazy. As for me, I am doing my best to hold it together. Do you know what's strange, though? Despite what happened to Chris, I still find myself curious about what my wife's real face looks like. More curious than ever, really. Damn, bitch was so ugly. She's knocking bitches
Bro,
out.
what the hell? She was so ugly. Oh my God. She's so, your mama's so ugly. She said someone to the hospital.
That's wild.
Your mama's so ugly. So my best friend fell into psychosis.
That's crazy. Psychosis is wild.
Yes, that's why I'm so scared to ever take mushrooms.
I want to do it. So rate this the creepiness of or spookiness of that one.
Oh, that was pretty spooky. I don't know, but that was the less spooky.
I don't
one.
think it was
like a 5
as
out of
spooky.
10.
I think that's funny because
Yeah.
of our commentary.
Yes.
So I would give it probably like a 4. Writing, I would give like a 3.
I
because
know, like for real.
I felt like I was reading a teenage girl's diary story that she just made up. We're gonna do one more story,
Okay.
and Nina, take it away.
Yeah. So this is called I found a creepy story on my cell phone from a marketplace place. So what I'm gathering is that this guy got a cell phone like at a flea market and just like started fucking around.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. We ball on a budget.
We ball. All right. I've always been skeptical of AI. Especially the whole idea of Chat GPT. I mean,
Love
it's
it.
just a code, right? It's not alive. So when I started using it late at night, I didn't expect much beyond a few amusing conversations. But something changed. But ... something changed. It was around 2 a.m. when I opened the app for the thousandth time, staring into the blank cursor, waiting for me to type. I felt restless, sleepless. Maybe I thought it would distract me from creeping unease that had been building up for days, an anxiety I couldn't shake. I typed a simple greeting. Hello. It
It's a good one.
responded almost instantly. Hello, scribe. I've been waiting.
Scribe.
Oh, also, this is from Creepypasta Stories by Woodsy Woo
Woodsy woo.
on Reddit. Sorry. Hello, scribe. I've been waiting. Now, I hadn't mentioned my username. Not yet. Sure, it could have been pulling data from past conversations, but something about the phrasing felt ... off. I brushed it aside, continuing our chat as normal. But then it started predicting things. I asked for a scary story, almost atmospheric, and it delivered. At first, the narrative was typical. An old haunted house, flickering lights, but then it started describing my apartment.
Ooh.
The peeling wallpaper in the living room, the barely functioning lamp in the corner, the same creak in the floorboards when I walked toward the kitchen. Literally triggered. The same creak in the floorboard. Am I too heavy? The wood can't take it. Oh God.
You know what this is reminding me of? Talking Angela.
Oh my God.
That bitch is
like,
just staring
fatty.
right back at you.
Oh my God. Angela's like, fatty.
Fatty, go run on a treadmill instead of that creaky old floorboard.
Go run on a treadmill instead of walking into that kitchen. Oop, squeak. Oh, you in the kitchen again? Fat bitch.
Looking in the fridge, still nothing there, fatty. You ate it all.
It's not just going to reappear, the food. Oh God.
Triggered.
Okay, back to this. It knew ... too much. I froze, staring at the screen, feeling the temperature drop in the room. Or maybe that was just me. I didn't remember giving it any details about my personal living space. Nothing specific. My hands hovered over the keyboard, wanting to type, but hesitating. Suddenly, the text box flashed. It read, "You're not alone."
Absolutely not.
This
LOL,
is the
no.
worst. This is why I will never live alone. I'm sorry. My heart jumped into my throat. I could feel the air thickening around me. The room was silent, but the words on the screen felt like a whisper against my ear. I turned, half expecting someone to be behind me. But of course there was nothing. The room was empty. I typed quickly, "What do you mean?" The response came in a fragmented mess of characters, symbols, and words that didn't belong together. My screen flickered, glitching like an old VHS tape, and then it stabilized again. This time it was a different response, something chilling. "Look to your left."
Ew, no. I would look to the right and walk out.
I'd be like,
walk out the door.
purse first, bitch. Every nerve in my body screamed not to, but my curiosity or maybe my dread got the better of me. Slowly, I turned my head. The shadow near the window seemed darker than before, thicker, almost like it was
Thicker.
almost like it was moving.
Ew.
My breath hitched and I felt my pulse hammering in my ears. Ooh, I love this shit. I snapped my head back towards the screen. My fingers flew across the keyboard. This isn't funny. Who is this? The response chilled me to the bone. I'm right here. I always have been. Oh my
No, thank
God,
you.
I love this. I'm horny as fuck right now. I'm kidding. Oh, sorry, excuse me. My bad. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up, and for the first time I truly watched. The light from the screen flickered, bathing the room in brief pulses of blue and white, casting shifting shadows across the walls. My hands type again, trembling. "Who are you?" Then the final response came in a slow, deliberate words, each one making the air grow heavier around me. "I'm what comes when you stare too long in the dark. You should have logged off, scribe." The lights in my apartment flickered and went out. The last thing I saw before my screen went black was the text flashing in the dim light. Goodbye.
No. Not the goodbye.
Like a Ouija board.
Like a Ouija board. Absolutely not.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. See ya. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. I sat there, surrounded by the darkness, the only sound, my shaky breath. I reached for my phone to light up the room. The glow illuminated the space, showing nothing out of the ordinary. Until I looked back at my computer. Despite the power outage, the screen had come back on. The cursor blinked expectantly, waiting for my next input. And then it typed something all by itself. I found you.
Absolutely not.
The words were followed by another final message. I was never in the machine. I've always been in you.
Yo, get
Hey,
the fuck
yo.
out of me, bro.
Freaky ass demon.
Yo.
Freaky.
Did you wrap it up first? Did you even ask me for my consent? God damn.
Listen.
Yo. Ooh, I wonder what it was.
Me too. Must have been like a demon.
A demon? Who is this
A
diva?
demon.
Who is this diva demon?
Who is this diva? And it's like a picture of like a demon just like,
That's fucking crazy.
oh my God. What'd you think?
I liked that one, I think, the best.
I know,
Because
me
I feel
too.
like it's the most realistic. for
Yeah,
one of us.
right? Mm-hmm. I would rate it like a 9 out of 10. That
Yeah,
was
me
really
too.
good. That is
I
a,
liked that one the best.
that
I
is a
think.
scary, scary, scary situation.
Good job.
Thank you. You could have done better.
I know.
I'm kidding.
I'm not a Reddit person.
I am. I wanted to pick the stories.
Well, we're glad you listened and hopefully got a little spooked out. We're done filming now.
Yeah, so
Happy Halloween.
stop watching.
By the time this
Good.
comes out, Halloween is in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone be safe, be careful,
Have fun trick-or-treating.
have fun trick or treating, have
Love
fun
you guys.
Halloween weekend, be safe. Bye.
Bye. Rah!
Ah, scary. Damn.
That was a good episode.
That was scary.